So today we will continue with the same chapter with another topic, very big, perhaps not perhaps, this is the largest industry, agro-based industry of India, the cotton industry. So let us get into the detail. So cotton industry is the largest agro-based industry of India. Yesterday or the previous class we have discussed about the sugar industry, that was the second largest in India. But this cotton industry is the largest agro-based industry. By this time you know what is called agro-based industry. Industries whose raw material is very much dependent upon the agriculture. So here is the agro-based means it is depending on the raw material as the cotton. Although the modern textile industry started in 1818 in Kolkata in West Bengal, this industry has grown rapidly in the south and especially in the Mumbai and in the adjoined parts of Gujarat. Now, presently Mumbai and Ahmedabad are the cotton textile hubs of India. Now, what are the factors that make Mumbai and Ahmedabad to be the cotton textile hubs of India? So these are the places you have to know, that you may give 4 points. That's the minimum I will always tell you to learn and give. But however, there are many reasons given. The most important reason is this early start. The first complete modern textile was set up in Mumbai as early as 1854. The success of this establishment, this kind of factory or industries, boosted up the same agro-based industry to concentrate in these regions. So one of the reasons was early start, and from the starting itself it was very successful. The proximity of raw materials, that means the availability of raw materials. The hinter regions of Mumbai, that is surrounded by the land, is known as the hinterland. So these hinter regions of the Mumbai port have huge area that supplies raw materials, the raw cotton that are needed for this industry. We are discussing what? We are discussing the factors that make Mumbai and Ahmedabad to be the best place in India for the cotton textile hubs. The first reason we talked about the early start. Second, we said the availability or the proximity of the raw materials. And thirdly, we'll discuss about the climatic conditions. The humidity. These regions, Mumbai, you know that just beside the sea, Arabian Sea. So the air is having lots of humidity. So the humidity of these regions is favorable for the spinning of cotton thread. Transport facilities for both Mumbai as well as Ahmedabad have a very good network of transport by the roadways, railways and port facilities, which are also boon to this industry. Capital supply in terms of finance, money. The Parsi, the kind of is called people, you know, Parsi and Bhatia. The Parsi and the Bhatia merchants are a great source of capital supply. A large number of banks and financial institutions are available here. Power supply, electricity. Mumbai and Ahmedabad, these regions, they are not far away from the sea. Therefore, these regions have good supply of cheap hydroelectricity. Market facility, you know, for the raw materials as well as for the finished products. To buy the raw materials from the market as well as to sell out the finished products, we need the market. There is a huge market here mainly for the exports. India earns a lot of foreign currency by exporting cotton as well as cotton clothes. Not only just cotton, raw cotton, but cotton clothes also. So being the commercial capital of India, Mumbai has become the seat of markets. It's the financial, commercial capital of India. Now, there are other reasons to develop cotton industry in other regions too. Apart from Bombay, Mumbai or Ahmedabad, cotton industry has also developed in other parts of India. What are the factors or what are the reasons? First of all, in Mumbai or Ahmedabad, because of these industries and the development of the cities, the land values around Mumbai and Ahmedabad have rapidly increased. Because of that, the cost of cost of production becomes very high. So land cost is very high. Obviously they have to find out some other place where I'm talking about the new race called establishment. If they have to find a huge industry or factory they have to establish, they need a huge amount of land, and the cost of land is very high. Obviously uh, they have to move to some other part of India. So one of the reason is land values. Second is the an increase in the internal cost of transport. Now, since Mumbai, Ahmedabad, they are highly wanted, it is called cities of industries. Lots of industries have it is called built up, so their internal it is called cost of transport is becoming high. Increase in the rates, taxes, and town or municipal duty or taxes in Mumbai and Ahmedabad is comparatively now becoming higher and higher. Scarcity of power supply in Mumbai, although there is a supply of cheap hydroelectricity, but the consumption rate is very high because of these are the hubs of many industries. So due to this problem of power supply, eh, many more industries in the is called development have taken place in Mumbai. On the other hand, the good deal of boon of hydroelectricity in the south and in other parts of India is also available. So obviously, when there is a factory is established, people always take into account or consideration about the cost of the product. So one is the land value is very high, the hydroelectricity or electricity or power supply is becoming very costly. So these are the reasons that they have to move to some other place where they can avail these factors at cheap rate. Finally, the other regions are also getting developed in terms of capital supply and other requirements like labor, suitable climate, etc. etc. So that is how the expansion of cotton industry taking place or spreading of cotton industry taking place in some other regions or parts of India. We have 5 reasons, but at least 4 reasons you must know. There are problems. India cotton, though cotton industry is the largest agro-based industries, but still there are some problems due to which uh, presently the this cotton industry of India is at a very risk. Now, what are the reasons? First of all, shortage of raw materials. Well, so many mills are there, but the raw material supply is becoming nowadays not adequate. So an inadequate supply of raw materials, especially long staple cotton. It is this is the term you should know, long staple cotton. Long staple cotton is very much useful for the good called production of cotton industry. Is a major disadvantage because that means long staple cotton is not enough or the supply is not enough. For this, India is forced to import raw materials from other countries, Bhutan, Pakistan, etc. for which there is an increase in our cost of production. See, so if we have to import raw materials from other countries, the cost production goes high. So that's a disadvantage, and that is a problem of now presently Indian cotton industry. Second, low productivity due to various shortages like adequate power supply, non-availability of automatic looms. Our cotton industry is suffering from low productivity. Now, this number 3, although it is in the number 3 third position, but still it is a very challenging and threatening what is called problem for India now. Competition from other sectors, like India is facing a tough competition with this decentralized sector. Due to this, India is losing the international markets. That means uh, cotton industry is not just centralized only in Mumbai and Ahmedabad. These are also spread all over India. So ultimately, for the international markets, you cannot have international market all over India. Only few places are located. So these finished products from different parts of India, they have to be brought to the, it's called the big ports or centralized, it is called location. Due to which this competition, Indian agro-based cotton industry is becoming facing a problem. Sick industrial units. What does it mean? Means India's large numbers of mills are old. We cannot say always old is gold. Here old is absolutely bold, is gone. It is not functioning properly. Therefore, there is a lack of high productivity capacity. About 30% of our mills, factories are sick and outdated. The machinery used in India is also obsolete. Again, means from the old method, no, outdated, because they lag in high technology and they need also lots of upgradation. So all these sick industrial units problem, this hampers the productivity. Loss of foreign markets. This is perhaps one of the major threats to Indian cotton industry. Obviously, once upon a time, India's cotton industry was the largest, the best in India, in the world. Still, there is a huge amount of demand of Indian cotton. But what is this threat means? The increase in the cost of production as well as competition from the synthetic clothes. People all over the world, they have learned to use synthetic clothes which are comparatively cheaper or even convenient for some time. So this synthetic clothes as well as the cost of our productivity has posed a great stumbling block for India's cotton industry. Now, regarding or concerning the cotton production, we have got few places or cities of India. They have been given a special names. So these are the important cotton towns or state of India. First of all, the whole of Maharashtra, which has got, why cotton industry is developed here? Because the black soil. It is part of the Deccan Tract, Deccan Plateau. Deccan Plateau has got the fertile black soil which is good for cotton growth. So Maharashtra is known as Cottonopolis of India. Cottonopolis is a name which is created. Such name you may not find in the dictionary. Cottonopolis. Okay. Mumbai is known as Lancashire of India. Lancashire obviously is in the Great Britain, I suppose, and because these two places, Manchester and Lancashire, they are the two places in the European countries. Uh, they are actually the greatest, the largest hub of the cotton industry. So that's why Ahmedabad is known as Mumbai is known as the Lancashire of India, whereas Ahmedabad is known as the Manchester of India. Manchester in England, in Great Britain, is a very, 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 very famous place for the cotton industry. Coimbatore is in Tamil Nadu. It is the Manchester of South India, and Kanpur, which is in Uttar Pradesh, is also known as the Manchester of North India. Now these are the total cotton growing states of India. Obviously the highest is Maharashtra. Uh, Almost the same amount of cotton comes from Gujarat, and then Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, West Bengal, Andhra Pradesh. Remember, Maharashtra and Gujarat, these are the two most important names in the context of the cotton industry of India. So dear children, we have learned today about, not everything, about whatever things are required about the cotton industry, and you are advised to follow the syllabus strictly. So let us recapitulate what we have done. We said cotton industry is the largest agro-based industry of India. Now Mumbai and Ahmedabad, these are the two most important places of cotton industry. It was, still now they are in India. What are the reasons, what are the factors that make the Mumbai and Ahmedabad to be the cotton hubs of India? And we have discussed so many reasons, and we have also reasons not only rare presently that Mumbai and Ahmedabad are not the only important place. They are important place. Maybe still the highest amount of cotton is being produced from there, but still this industry, cotton industry, has spread or got decentralized to different other parts of India. So these are the reasons. 5 reasons are there, and of course Indian cotton industry is facing a lot of problems. Some of the major problems we spoke about: the shortage of raw materials, low productivity, competition from other sectors, sick industrialization is very important riscal problem, and loss of foreign markets. It is mainly because the threat from the synthetic clothes. Okay, and we have also said some of important cotton towns of India, and finally we said which are the states that grow well the cotton, not cotton, which are the states that have got cotton industry. Okay, not growth of industry but cotton industry. So with this we come to end of today's lesson. Wish you all the best. Your days are numbered, means you are nearing very close to your board exams. So dear children, start studying, prepare yourself, self-examine, and you know very well, along with this we'll also have the self-assessment questions. Answer them for yourself. Thank you so much for listening to me, and God bless you. Stay safe, stay happy.